Rosie and I have been doing some filming in the salon today for all of you wonderful people in YouTube land, and we're absolutely starving, so we're going to go to McDonald's. Rosie, come and say hello to everyone.
Hello!
Hello! We're off to McDonald's!
I'm going to get some food.
See you in a minute.
This is that time as well when children are let loose on the streets. Hello. Can I have a chicken nugget meal?
With a large one with a chocolate milkshake. And then for me, I'll have a chicken nugget meal with cheese, large, and with Coke, please. Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks, Kat.
We have food. Oh, wobbly.
A bird farm, but I'm going to correct myself because I think they're called sanctuaries. And I went as a kid, and I remember the kestrels coming out, and I lost 2 teeth.
You lost 2 teeth? Why did the kestrels take them?
I was chewing on a toffee. An actual toffee, a toffo.
Toffo.
Oh, why do they have to park in my space?
Better?
Mm.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Nice that.
Wonderful. Okay, so we've asked you all a bunch of questions on our social media.
Oh yeah, I get them.
Yeah, you need the questions, that's helpful. To see what kind of tips and tricks you wanted, if any, from us about starting out in the makeup industry. I think accumulatively, is that a real word? Accumulatively? Rosie and I have about like over 25 years worth of experience in this industry. So
Who has more?
You? You have more. Rosie has more
know,
because she's older. So we just thought we'd sort of put it out there and share a bit of
Share the love.
If you want to hear about it, then stay tuned. If not, then
Go away.
Bugger ref. So,
anyway, Becky Woodhouse. Okay, so
but look into the camera when you're speaking.
I can't read and do 2 things at once. Can you please answer how you build up clientele and get people to become interested in your work? Right, so I think this is a mix of 2 things. Like, I think this is a mix of how you get people interested in you. It's just as much as about your personality as it is as about your work. So I believe if people really connect with you and people really like you as a person, they will invest more time in you. When it comes to a clientele, it's just, it takes time.
It does, it's going to take time, but like things like when you're first getting started in the industry, I think asking, like, do your friend's makeup? Because she's going out and she'll be partying and she'll be telling people about you, and then that person will come to you. But the most important thing is to really savor every moment you have with each client.
Like you savor with me.
I savor every moment I have away from you, you're right. And making that client feel really special in that moment is so much more important than, I think, than your social media. So like one thing that Rosie and I will say to a lot of students is that your client comes first and your social media will come second. Obviously your social media is really important in this day and age, but it's even more important to make sure that person, you can have like a proper physical, like a, not physical contact. You can have a lot of an emotional connection with your client, but and focus on that rather than trying to get like a good picture of them.
If you can make someone like literally walk into a room and feel like they look their best, they could take on the world, like there's no better feeling. And if you give that to somebody, they will come back to you.
Yeah, 100%.
Time and time again. And that is how you build your clientele.
Yeah. Building confidence. Okay,
no,
so 20 minutes later, on to another question.
Okay. So, Dean McGowan, who we know from Manchester, hello. What was your ride or die foundation when you started?
Mine was definitely skin-based from Alaska.
That's because that's all you had.
Yeah,
and again,
that's all
I had was Studio Fix from MAC because that's what we got trained with.
Yeah, 100%. I think a lot of makeup artists who come up through the sort of kind of counter life, like when you get 70-60% discount on a
yeah,
brand,
that's all you have.
Yeah.
You're going to work with that, aren't you?
Hell yeah. And skin-based is really versatile. And Studio Fix is, I mean, for the kind of work that we do, you know, it's versatile. It kind of is.
No. What makeup essentials is a must to have in my kit? Is that right?
To start off.
What makeup essentials a must-have is basically to start off in her kit?
A good neutrals palette.
I think you need the absolute basics. So you need powders to cover everyone, concealers to cover everyone, and foundations to cover everyone. Yep. Don't be going out there and throwing all the money on the glitters.
No, there's no point going out and buying like holographic, like, I mean, they're fun.
Stars.
Like, stars, holographic glitters and glows. Like, that's the kind of stuff that you want to get later on.
Yeah, you need your basics, and the basics are literally what everyone's going to need on their skin. How do you keep your minds / ideas fresh and not fall off track?
I feel like I'm falling off track all the time.
Same. Like, I don't think if you didn't love this job that you wouldn't fall off track every few months.
Yeah.
Like, as in we feel a bit stale.
Stale? But I think one of the best ways to keep yourself feeling fresh is talking to your fellow peers and people around you. Like, the great thing about having the salon, having like a little hub, is that we have all these other artists who have different ideas about makeup. And then when we have the students coming in at the academy, and having the younger artists around us as well,
yes,
is really beneficial.
Do you know why? Because I'm like quite old. So I always feel like I'm a bit out of touch with things. So, I mean, I'm not over the hill. Like, I know I'm not over the hill. I'm in my 30s. But obviously, when the new up-and-coming talent is, like, from 13 years old these days.
Exactly.
Like, I'm like, oh my God. I'm on the way out. It's not going to happen for me anymore. And then I find this, like, a bit of drive in me. And I feel like I suddenly get a bit better. Like, I have little periods of time where I get a bit stagnant. I love that word.
Stagnant. I often like to look outside of Instagram for inspiration for things, though, because we all get so worked up with Instagram and with social media life that it's nice to look at the trees, or look at...
Oh, you don't. You're so full of shit.
Sometimes I'll look and I'll see a tree moving in a certain way. And it'll inspire me to do another brown smoky eye.
The autumn leaves.
The autumn leaves when they're falling, and it makes me
think
of a smoky eye.
No, do you know what I really like?
We're not answering any of these questions.
I do like film for inspiring me for makeup.
Yeah, 100% film.
And I really like, I know it sounds silly, but music videos.
Yeah.
When Beyonce's album came out, the first one that she did that was a mix of the visual with the, like, so every song had a video that went with it. I can't even remember the names, I'm not a die-hard fan, but I just remember at every video, all the makeup was just like sick. Like, I just love looking at the newest thing, and I always think music videos are always trying to be like a step ahead, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's the newest, latest people in that world who are pushing things forward. I don't know.
Ellie B MUA. How do you take photos of makeup to make it stand out on Instagram?
I think there's like a kind of a key to getting like the best out of your makeup. So you want to look for 4 things. I think it's 4 things. The first thing you want to look for is in a picture is that you can see both eyes of the client. The second thing you want to look for is that you can see the lashes on the client. So if you can see the detail of their eyelashes, you want to be able to see the lid colour, but it's nice to be able to see a little bit of that, and then you highlight it as well. Just take loads of pictures, like you'll never regret.
And a good ring light.
Yes, and a good ring light as well.
Good lighting is really important.
Lighting's really important.
A lot of people think how to gain clients. I feel like we touched on that. How did we build our Instagrams? So with the Pout one, I'd say it's very different to my personal one. I didn't actually have a personal one properly that I promoted my work until like 2 years ago. Everything is about consistency. So if you're taking a picture, you can always see the lights in the background. So if another picture pops up, you'd be like, oh, they're like the lights at Pout.
Yeah.
Or, oh, that's a Pout picture because it's got, say, i.e. like the background things in there. I think quality over quantity. Only put up your best work. Yeah. Always think as well, like the customer. So for instance, when do you go on your Goose? Emilia!
Abigail!
Emilia! Like, when do they go on, or when do you go online? So you wake up and what's the first thing you do?
I look at my phone.
Okay, so what time is that when people waking up?
But see, I think this doesn't matter
then
anymore.
Then it's like lunchtime, then it's like, it does a bit. Try that. I think that was a good suggestion, personally.
Yeah, I think so as well. And in the same...
And then hashtags.
Yes, hashtags. In the same vein of consistency as well, like if you're for example, if you're a bridal makeup artist, and as you start to develop following, if you randomly throw like a really dramatic makeup in there, you're not going to get as many people interested in that because they're following you for your bridal work. If you want to do well, you need to keep it consistent and strong and promote the same kind of look. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
because people will be like, oh, this is a makeup artist who does heavy makeup, so they're more likely to follow you for that. And then if you're floating around, you find someone who does natural makeup, like... I think the Pout page is a lot more varied because there's lots of different makeup artists that we have because they resonate with different people. Yeah. And then you'll find we all have our own sort of followers. Give it your best shot. Like, we're all out here doing our best at the end of the day. Like, it is a bit, I think it's really unfair at the minute, like the people that have 300,000 followers get the most exposure because it's not as if they need it, it's more like the people with 300 followers that need it. Yeah. Oh yeah. But Instagram, but I just think the biggest piece of advice that I could give you is like but just focus on your clients. If you focus on your clients, all of that other stuff will come later.
It will fall into place. Oh, this is a good one. Are you both self-taught or did you train to be MUAs?
Yeah, we both trained. We both went to makeup school.
You look like a beetroot.
Do I? A bit flustered. I had a really positive experience. I really enjoyed my makeup training that I had.
So what basically inspired me to open the academy here and do training was probably how poor my makeup training was. I don't regret it because it's taken me to where I am now, and I think these things have to happen in order for you to move on.
And we don't regret things in life.
And we shouldn't regret things in life. I trained to be a makeup artist. Would I recommend it, some form of training? Yes, because all of the self-taught makeup artists that we've ever hired, we have had to give them training in some sort of way. So whether it be just theory, because they haven't had that theory aspect of it, and they're not really sure why they're using what product, or colour matching, small things that don't take away any aspect of their talent, but I think there's something to be said if you have a bit of training behind you, okay? It teaches you more than just makeup skills.
Yeah, I always say that whenever I went to my makeup school, that I went in someone who could do makeup, not quite like I can now, but who could do makeup to being a makeup artist.
Yeah.
I think there's a very big difference from someone who's a self-taught MUA who can't colour match foundation and who can't who doesn't know about skincare and stuff like that, because they've learned from YouTube and social media and they're still good at doing makeup, but they're just not a makeup artist who can cover everyone. And that's the great thing about going to makeup school and having training and being trained and taught by professionals who work in the industry.
It's really important that you look at where you're going to train if you want to have longevity in this kind of career, because I think longevity is the most important thing if you want to be a makeup artist, is that you really can be versatile. This is why at the academy here we decided that we wanted to go down the route of teaching people more skills versus specific looks. And then they can decide what kind of makeup artist they want to be.
Yeah.
Because I think it's so important. You don't want to be a carbon copy of everyone else.
Yeah, and as well, if you're being taught the skills to go out there, you're much more likely to become your own makeup artist and develop your own identity rather than just replicating someone else's. Because how many people are out there now who do makeup like other makeup artists?
Yeah. If your work's different and it stands out, there are some makeup artists in Manchester that I really, really like because they don't follow the crowd and they don't do the same as everyone else. What was your starting price when you first became a makeup artist?
When I first became a makeup artist, I was working on a makeup counter. So we charged £35 on the counter. And then when I was outside at home, because I didn't really want to do that many clients outside, I didn't really have time, I charged a lot more than that. And if you remember when I first came here, you said to me, you're charging too much. I love.
Were you charging 50 or something?
45.
Oh bloody hell!
Yeah, but I had like one client a month. And they'd never come back to me because I was charging too much because it wasn't competitive. And when I first came here, Rosie said to me, you can charge what you want to, but I highly recommend you charge less than that. And I did, and I put my prices down, and I had a big increase in clients.
I think a really good start-off price, like £20–25.
Yeah. The thing is though, you never want to undercut yourself and start charging like £10 if you're just doing clients on the weekend. If you're charging something like £10, it's going to be really difficult to go up. I think you need to decide what you'd rather have. Would you rather have someone paying you more, or would you rather have less and have more clients?
Yeah, 100%. 100. And the last question.
What's Rihanna asked?
Oh, about my car. This is from Evie Humphreys. What tips do you have for creating a kit on a budget? E.g. tips and tricks, affordable brands, and where to get makeup cases from.
I think if when you're starting out and building up your actual makeup case, get a cheap suitcase.
Yes.
Like go to TK Maxx or even like Primark or anywhere that you can get an actual suitcase. Don't get one of these like trolleys that you
don't
pull
need a
on,
trolley.
or these things that open up. They're really heavy. As for the actual bags that you get to put your products in, we absolutely love the My Kitco pouches. They're really affordable, and I think even though you could probably get one a little bit cheaper at Primark, like your Primark one will burst and the buckles will break, the zips will break. The My Kitco bags are really, really strong, good quality bags, and I've had some of mine for at least a year now, and they look brand new. Whereas some of my other ones I've had for ages, like the fabric's coming off them and they're just really poor build quality.
Everything I have from My Kitco.
So I think you're better to buy smart.
Invest your money wisely, and you won't pay double. Like if you buy cheap, you'll pay double.
Yeah.
Best places to invest your money, for me personally, is in your brushes.
Yeah.
So
your
brushes, 100%, that is your toolkit, that is what you need, that is the most important thing. So you spend wisely, get good quality brushes. But when it comes to looking at affordable brands, get things like your crayons, I keep saying crayons.
Places like NYX, Nip and Fab.
They do great blusher palettes. Sample Beauty, Lick and Lash, and Lick and Lash.
And do you know who as well? The Ordinary for foundation.
Yeah.
They're really affordable, and loads of people really swear
by them. And they do
them.
quite good skincare.
They do fab skincare. There's so many brands, like you don't need to go and spend an absolute fortune.
And even, do you know what? A lot of people are swearing by things like the Maybelline Fit Me at the minute as well. We'd advise you to get like a few basics and build on it from there.
So I think we've answered most of the questions that were sent through to us. They were all pretty much around the same thing. They were all basically about Instagram. Yeah. If you have any other questions that we haven't spoken about, or if you're confused because we've just rambled on and not actually answered the questions, you're more than welcome to comment down below. And while you're down below, give us a subscribe, a thumbs up, and
oh, and if you would like a prospectus to our makeup academy, which is Pout Academy, please send us your email.
Yeah, leave your email address down below.
We've also got a YouTube video of our academy.
Yes, I'll link that here. Wait, where will it be? It'll be here. There you go. And yeah, so, see you soon. Hope you've enjoyed us.
Hope you've enjoyed.
Say goodbye. That's what we're doing.